Go.
Possibly making a comeback to boxing. And there was even a $15 million challenge and a whole lot of chatter, a whole lot has been said, except I didn't get in the conversation until now. Well, I have made time in my schedule, just like I said I would, to address this. And you know what? I don't even want this person's image on my page. So trust me, there's going to be a whole lot there. All right, see ya, bye.
Okay, so that's where she started. So we're going to go to Hollywood Unlocked real quick. Let me go to Hollywood Unlocked and I'll pull it up. Shout out to Hollywood Unlocked, by the way. So this what Clarissa has said. I'm trying to find it right here. So this is what she said. Here we go. And let us know what you think in the comment section, people. So she was on $1 million worth of game. And shout out to Wallow and Gilly. We're going to call them ninjas Gallo and Willie. Shout out to Gallo and Willie, ninja. Shout out to Gallo and Willie. No disrespect. Don't send the goons after me. I know you got the money to do it. But yeah, shout out $1 million worth of game in all seriousness. And this was her speaking on Laila Ali declining her fight offer. Let us know what you think in the comment section. And shout out to everybody that watches on the playback. Y'all let us know too. Here we go.
That thing with you and Laila Ali going on, is that's not going to happen, that fight?
Come on now, listen.
Did she turn the money down?
She did, and I'm going to take the high road like Terrence Crawford and say she was the best in her era. Actually, I'm not going to lie. Ann Wolf was the best in her era, and I'm the best in this era. Laila Ali is just Muhammad Ali's daughter. And
no, come on, we ain't gonna do that.
No, that is right.
Come on, Laila can rumble though.
Shots fired, ninja. Shots fired. Now, like I said, I fucks with Clarissa, but my only critique, I don't want to say criticism and critique, right? Fine line that we walk in life, criticism and critique. My only thing is she not the best? Why are you not calling out the best? Yeah, I said it, ninja. You got to push the bar. I said it. So why are you not calling out Ann Wolf? But it's all good, though. It's all good. We're going to pull up the footage and make our own determinations. Let us know what you think in the comment section. Let's get it.
You can't rumble like Ann Wolf. I said who's the best from that era. Ann Wolf would have knocked Laila Ali out. You know who Ann Wolf is?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm glad you know.
Okay.
Because you know she would have knocked Laila so pretty ass out. That's the truth.
See, when you talking, damn. It's hard to even come back for this one because I love Laila too. I love you. And it's just like, I just wanted to see some competitive action going on.
Right.
I don't think it'd be as competitive.
And shout out to Parler. Parler, I see what you said. I'm just trying to let them play the video before I speak. Here we go.
As everybody think. I think that she's a big woman. She got big hands, big feet, big head. But as far as...
I seen that thing with you.
Hold on. Shots fired, ninja. Shots fired.
Boxing skills,
God damn.
my boxing skills are way better than hers.
So you think this would just be a young champion beating up an old champion?
No, this would just be the greatest woman of all time, showing why she's the greatest woman of all time. As far as...
Like I said, I can respect the way Clarissa talks about herself. I respect that. You know what I'm always gonna tell y'all, when it comes to competition in certain sports, you know, you get to a level where it's like if you get to that level, y'all gonna get to a level where it's like there can't be two people who are the best. You feel me? And that's the whole thing that we always have to remember. Like, yeah, they gonna pop shit. One person to take the high road, one person gonna go low. But you just always gotta remember, when it comes to competition, nobody wanna tie with the person. Nobody wants to tie at being the best, okay? Always remember that, guys. Like, let's say you at your job or whatever, you're the best stacker, you're the best packer, you're the best, you're the best paralegal. I don't even know, right? You don't want to tie with somebody else as the most productive person for that month. You want it to be you if you have that competitive spirit. Some people don't have that kind of competitive spirit, and that's okay. You feel me? We ain't throwing no shade. It is what it is. It's all good. But hold on.
What I'm about to...
Well, she already said this is coming soon. We're going to get to what she dropped. Hold on. Let me pull it up. And y'all let us know what y'all think. Shout out to Parler. Parler said facts. If she's not the best, why are you not calling out the best? And that was with regards to what I said to Ann Wolf. That was my only criticism. That's my only criticism. It's like, hey, so are you throwing shade or you really feel like she ain't the best? Because look, if you feel like she not the best, all right, cool. But then it's like you got to call out the best if you're the greatest woman of all time. That just only follows naturally. That follows suit, right? So it's all good. You feel me? And shout out to Pap, shout out to Clarissa. No shade being thrown, I'm just saying. So this is Laila. Laila came back and she clarified. She accuses Claressa Shields of using her name for attention and clout. And she shares the receipts of her supporting Clarissa over the years.
There's been a whole...
Let's hear what she has to say, and y'all let us know what y'all think. Here we go, people. And answer the poll in the chat and hit the like button. Let's get it.
A lot of talk about the possibility of me making a comeback to boxing. And people have had a lot to say, but I have not addressed it until now. And I know everyone wants to know the answer to the question, will I be coming back? And I promise you, I'm going to give you that answer. But first, I have got to address the lies and the fake narrative that's been created years ago. Now, someone's gotten way too comfortable dragging my name and even using my father's name to get attention and clout. Now, in case you haven't heard it, her story is that I didn't support her and I didn't pass the torch because of my jealousy and envy over her accomplishments in boxing. She says that I disrespected her and I started talking about knocking her out simply because I was bitter that she's outdone me. I've seen a lot of the comments. Many of you have good discernment and understand what's really going on here, while others have believed her lies over the years or have formed an opinion without having all the facts.
Now, tell us what y'all think in the comment section. Now, me personally, like I said, regardless of the beef and the drama and all that bullshit, I'm just of the opinion, like the people in my era, I told y'all all the time, shout out to everybody that pull up to my page. I say we're living in the greatest time of all time. I feel like every generation naturally feels like they're living in the greatest time of all time. So shout out to all the old heads back when I was trucking. You know, we used to always have this argument of who's better, Michael Jordan or LeBron James. I'm fucking with LeBron. Big pause, no Diddy. I'm rocking with LeBron, right? I'm rocking with LeBron because that was my era. When I came up and I seen this ninja play, I was shocked. And I watched all the greats. You know, I watched Will Chamberlain, Michael Jordan, Jerry West, all them ninjas. I used to watch the old basketball tapes when it was black and white ninja. So I seen the game evolve over time. I feel like I'm living in the greatest time of all time. So I say LeBron James is the best. With that being said, when it comes to seeing what Clarissa did, regardless of how y'all feel about her personality and what happened with Pap and Remy, shout out to Remy. When it comes to her boxing, like I separate me personally. This is just me. I separate the bullshit of what the person do from like they craft, right? And the reason why is because if we blur the two, yeah, that's the whole image. But I'm saying with regards to their sports image and when it comes to the accolades, right? I mean, I fucks with Clarissa. I feel like she's the greatest. That's just it. That's just how I feel. But that's just my own opinion. We can disagree to agree. We're going to pull up them fighting in a little bit. Here we go.
Now, originally, I wasn't even going to give this my time or attention because I really don't engage with people who thrive off of negative. There's been a whole lot of talk about the possibility of me making a comeback to drama and buffoonery. But I'm not about to let someone with bad character continue running freely, dragging my name without accountability.
That's not going to happen.
Come on now, listen. Laila Ali is just Muhammad Ali's daughter. And
no, come on, we ain't gonna do that.
No, that is right.
Come on, Layla can rumble go.
And one thing I always want the older generation to remember is y'all gotta remember that we grew up in a time where social media was a thing. It's a thing. So when y'all hear the drama and the buffoonery and all that, we live in a shock value culture. Like it's about shock value. So yeah, people may or may not feel what they feel about what they say, but always remember everything is just being, what's the word? Not expanded. What's the word? It's being exponentially pushed, right? And I'm gonna say expanded, but expanded is not the word. So you'll see what somebody's saying. It's taken out of context. You didn't hear the whole thing. And I'm not defending Clarissa. I'm just saying. And after that, it gets blown out of proportion. That's the time we grew up on. We didn't grow up in a time of people being humble. Whereas back in the day, everybody grew up in the time of don't say nothing. You see something, stay quiet. You know, you got to peep game. If you're too loud, you know, ninjas, you know, put you in the dirt, right? They'll do you in. So you got to be mindful of what you say. We grew up in a time where this was the only way to kind of blow up. You can be nice and all that, but like I said, what person you know that's sitting there being nice, oh, you know, be a good person. Oh yeah, shout out to this person, shout out to that person, and they blowing up big. At this point in the game, at this stage in the game, it don't work like that. In boxing, there's always a little beef between the two people because that's how you hype it up now. It can't just be, okay, let's have a good fight, keep it professional. You got to add a little drama to up the ante. Here we go.
And Wolf would have knocked Laila Ali out. You know, she would have knocked Laila so pretty ass out.
So this right here is the consequence. Now let's hit rewind because we really need to see what's happened over the years, what got us here. Now I'm not about to do the whole he say, she say thing, so let me show you some receipts. I first met her in 2012 when she was invited on stage to stand next to me when I gave my father his Liberty Medal. At some point, she reached out, started asking me for advice, wanted to know if she should go to the Olympics the second time or go pro. She would also call me and let me know when she was fighting. The drama and buffoonery.
Hold up.
I was one of the hosts of We Need to Talk, an all-female sports commentary show that still airs on CBS. I asked the producers if we could do a story on her. They agreed. So I got on a plane, flew to Colorado, and did a full sit-down interview with her. I know that when I was fighting, any of my struggles that I had to overcome, or anything that I was upset about, whether it be something personal or something going on in the world, I would use that anger, and take it into the ring with me and channel that energy into the ring. Have you ever done that?
I did that a lot. I was going through stuff back at home, but I would.
All right, so Laila Ali, clearly, as you can see, she's taking the high road. Very smart move in terms of marketing and personal brand and people liking your brand. Very smart move. But always remember, guys, smoke mirrors truth. Take the proverbial black pill and see for yourself, okay? Always remember, when you peel back the veil, it's not what you think. It is not what you think. The reason why she's showing all this stuff may be true, but at the same time, your idols are going to become your rivals. So let's say somehow in an unrealistic world, I somehow managed to have the #1 song. After that, everybody else that done had a #1 song, for those of you who don't know, I made music, you can check it out. But for everybody else that had a #1 song, guess what's finna happen? They all looking at me and gunning for my spot. So I've always told y'all, it's a pyramid scheme kind of world we live in. So when you get to the top of the pyramid, it's levels and shit. I talked about all this. If y'all want that for me to talk about it again, y'all gotta donate, hit the like button. Like I said, you know what it is. But yeah, pyramid scheme kind of life. So whoever's #1 is on top of that point on that pyramid, and it's a balancing act until somebody pulls you down like a crab in a barrel, or until you fall off. Like I said, you'll be #1. But the only way sometimes that you could turn around and be #1 is you got to kind of beef with the person that's #1. If you can't really get into an altercation, and I'm saying altercation loosely, but I'm saying if you can't compete with that person, they're going to either go down in history as #1, or you're going to have to find a way to put yourself into a position where you can compete with them to show that you're #1. And an example of this, poor example, but I'm always going to use LeBron James and Michael Jordan. We'll never be able to determine who's #1. That's one of them conversations that's always going to continue to happen, just like they put Kobe in there. Shout out to Kobe. Rest in peace to Kobe. Feel me? Who else? They put Bill Russell. Who else? They put, what's the white boy name? I forget his name. Well, he's not a white boy. He's an old guy now. Larry Bird. I don't even know. Is he still alive? No, I'm just playing. But yeah, Larry Bird. Who else? Like I said, they put all these people. When you put all these people, we're never going to know. We're never going to know who's #1. And the reason why we'll never know who's #1 is because we can't go back in time and see them at their primes. Here we go.
I have a boxing match, and I would take out everything I was going through on the girl, and that kind of helped me.
Now, as you can see, I was genuinely rooting for her. I gave her praise. I gave her a spotlight. When she asked for advice, I gave her valuable branding advice and boxing advice so she could have long-term success in and outside of the ring. I told her about the challenges that I faced fighting at 168, where there.
And shout out to Eclipse. Eclipse said yes, but Clarissa has gone around saying that Laila is not the best and that she was only fighting regular everyday women. And yeah, Eclipse, earlier we was discussing, I was saying my only criticism or critique, I'm gonna say critique, like I said earlier, it's a fine line when you say criticism versus critique. You gotta walk that line. My only critique of Claressa Shields would be, if Ann Wolfe was the best, why don't you call out Ann Wolfe? Why are you worried about Laila Ali? And this is where you kind of can see where Laila Ali is going with this. It's like, you're saying this because of who my dad is and who my dad was, which I can respect and I understand, but let me let Laila finish. Here we go. Hold on one second, y'all. Bear with me. Here we go.
There was limited competition, and I suggested that if she decided to turn pro, she should consider going. I was one of the hosts of We Need to Talk, an all-female sports commentary show that still airs on CBS, somewhere around 148, where she would have more competitive challenges. I told her she should hire a nutritionist, trim off that excess body fat, and get into elite next level shape. I pointed her in the right direction, and I had high hopes for her. Whether she decided to turn pro or not, I felt like her future was bright if she played her cards right. But of course, at the time, I was not aware of her divisive, vindictive, and malicious nature. And I know those are strong words, but they actually fit. This girl has created a pattern. It's been directed towards many people time and time again. She saw me as the face of women's boxing, and she told me that she wanted my spot. And she's been on a mission to ruin my reputation ever since, simply because she heard me make a comment that was not about her and she took it personal.
But it's like I told y'all, you see, I told y'all it's about her wanting the #1 spot, which is commendable. You can respect it. It's just at what point in time does it turn into a nasty thing? Because it's more than, you can't, it's only so much you could do right before people start to dislike you. With Clarissa Shields, when it comes to her personal brand and image, it's people that like her. The majority of people don't like her. And I've told y'all this before, free game. And like I said, if the stream's lagging, my bad. I don't know. But yeah, free game. Yeah, gentlemen, ladies, it don't matter who you are, right? It don't matter what you do. If you go after a married person and you get with that married person, you take that married person from somebody else, it don't matter what day and age we in. Maybe 1,000 years from now. But right now, for the next 100 to 200 years, even though marriage, the declining rate of marriage, whatever, people you're gonna leave a bad taste in people's mouth, right? That's what it comes down to. Regardless if you happy with the person, you don't care what nobody has to say, it's politically not correct. It's distasteful. So you have to keep that in mind when y'all dealing with people, as you start to get more money. A lot of times people get more money when they get together and shit like that. And then when you have options, you start thinking, do I stay with this person? Do I leave this person? Shit like that. And you can have the option to leave even if everything's tied, even if you don't have the option. But keep in mind, if you take a married person from another married person and you get with that person and choose to be with that person, because there's so many single people out here, even though there's like piss in the dating pool and all that kind of shit, no disrespect to the single people, I'm just saying, I'm one of them maybe. But yeah. What I was gonna say, yeah, people are gonna get a bad taste in their mouth about you, and when they say your name, they're not gonna have anything per se nice to say. Here we go.
Ever get back in the ring just for fun?
You still train?
I stay training.
Got you.
Yeah, I got a little baby 6-pack right now.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I have a heavy bag hanging in my. I just turned 40. Somewhere around 148, where she would have more competitive challenges. I told her she should hire a nutritionist.
Hold up.
Because I think of my healthy lifestyle, the fact that I train all the time, I could pretty much do anything I wanted to. Well, I don't think there's anyone there for me right now that would actually give me a good challenge. I'm not somebody who sits back and complains about things. I think everything happens in due time. You got Claressa Shields now, who's an Olympic champion. She's a young black girl, came out of Flint, Michigan, lived a hard life, went through a lot. She went to the Olympics, won twice. Women's boxing wasn't in the Olympics when I fought. She actually fights at the weight class I fought in. And she's doing great. Women's boxing is getting some good attention. Now,
so look, that right there is what everybody's getting at. Sometimes you got to give people their flowers. And like I said, people are different. We always got to remember people are different, and God created all these types of people so he can experience life in different ways, right? He or she, they, them, who knows, ninja. But yeah, so that's why some people grow up a bit more meaner than others, stronger than others, weaker than others, been through different kind of trials and tribulations. It's just how the game rolls. It's just how the dice, it's just how the game goes. It's just how the dice rolls. Here we go.
remember, at the time, we were on good terms. She was reaching out to me and referring to me as Big Sis, but this was her response.
I watched the Breakfast Club video with Laila Ali. I have so much respect for her, and I like her. I actually call her my big sis, but it was so many shots thrown. Like, if y'all really paid attention, her saying, oh, there's not nobody good enough at 168, my weight class, that could give her a challenge when I'm the number one in my...
Because I...
Whoa.
But what the hell? What the hell? Oh my God, no way.
Yeah, that was a hell of a reach. That was a stretch, but here we go.
Think of my healthy lifestyle, the fact that I train all the time,
And we're just going to let you guys hear that one more time just so we can understand that was a reach, Miss Shields, but it's okay. It's okay.
I could pretty much do anything I wanted to. Well, I don't think there's anyone there for me right now that would actually give me a good challenge. I'm not somebody who sits back and complains about things. I think everything happens in due time. You got Claressa Shields now, who's an Olympic champion. She's a young black girl, came out of Flint, Michigan, lived a hard life, went through a lot. She went to the Olympics, won twice. Women's boxing wasn't in the Olympics when I fought. She actually fights at the weight class I fought in. And she's doing great. Women's boxing.
And then people are saying in the comments, remember Remy showed text of how Clarissa was texting her for advice on clothes and dressing too. I see a pattern. Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
You need to leave.
They said when we was on this, you ignored it and acted unbothered. Now we moving on and you want to clout chase, either fight her or leave it alone. Oh, shit. All right, let me see. Here we go. Hold on. And let us know what you think in the comments.
And, I'm just like, nah. And, I just feel like, she gave props where it's due, but, she also spoke on how, what I'm doing for women's boxing is great, but it's not great enough for her. And it's like, we got two different goals and sets in life. You know, me winning 2 Olympic gold medals is just the beginning. You know, even when she was boxing, she never fought on Showtime, HBO. I fought the main event on Showtime. I don't know how many times now.
Now, of course, I didn't respond to this, but I noted it. For someone who hardly had any experience as a professional boxer and who was supposedly looking up to me, for her to think that I would even call her name in a conversation about me fighting or making a comeback was silly to me.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, it's clown world, it's clown world. That's clown world, I can respect it.
A year later, I was doing press for my show Homemade Simple on OWN, so I went on Sway Universe, another syndicated national show with millions of listeners.
Are you watching women's boxing today?
Oh, yeah.
You like Clarissa?
Hey man, real quick, Ninja. Hit the like button and answer the poll in the chat. And Laila Ali did not come to play about these receipts, Ninja. That's why she told us we gotta wait so she could break this down. This crazy. Here we go.
I do. I think that
And you know, I'm just like,
hold on. My bad.
a talented fighter, and she has the opportunity right now. The stage is set. You know, so now she just has to kind of do her thing.
I had Clarissa here, right? I asked her who does she think would win and you against you in your prime and her now. And this is what she said.
She not cut like me. She don't take the challenges. Like, she didn't fight against Ann Wolf. I fight against the best and beat the best. And if Laila Ali was to come out of retirement, I beat her too.
That's not.
Shout out to Life of a Pisces. She said I skipped the part. I didn't skip a part.
You know,
Because I think of somewhere around 148 where she would have more competitive challenges. I told her she should hire a nutritionist. My healthy life.
No, I didn't skip a part. Let's continue.
Talented fighter, and she has the opportunity right now. The stage is set. You know, so now she just has.
I gotta remember, these are clips too. Like, these are clips that she put together. The clips are just playing. I didn't put the clips together. She put the clips together. So if it look like I'm skipping parts, I'm not skipping a part. It's like it's skipping parts in the video. Let's get it. Here we go.
Kind of do her thing.
I had Clarissa here, right? I asked her who does she think would win and you against you in your prime and her now. And this is what she said.
she not cut like me. She don't take the challenges. Like, she didn't fight against Ann Wolf. I fight against the best and beat the best. And if Laila Ali was to come out of retirement, I beat her too.
That's not anything I haven't heard before. First of all, she's supposed to feel like she's the greatest.
Absolutely.
But just because you think you are doesn't mean you are.
Okay.
All right, shots fired now. Shots fired right there. She said you're supposed to feel like that, but just because you feel like that don't mean it's true. Here we go.
I like to support and uplift people, and I think that on your way up, just do your best not to disparage those that have come before you. First of all, she could never beat me.
Okay.
Let me just get that straight right now.
You want to get that straight, Laila?
Let's get that straight right now.
All right, so there you go. Yeah. All right. And then that's when the beat started right there.
And not simply because she's not strong enough, okay, because I would definitely knock her out, but because she's not talented enough to beat me. Now you've seen what she's been referring to. So she felt justified to go on a tirade, and of course, a talented fighter. And she has the opportunity right now. Now you've seen what she's been referring to. So she felt justified to go on a tirade, and of course, she's twisted the story over the years and taken my comments out of context. Now, according to her, I just started talking about knocking her out just out of jealousy. Now you've seen what I said, what she said, how this started, and you can see she pitted herself against me in a fight. Now, I know some of this younger generation may not be familiar with me, but I've never been one to just talk about things I can't do. When I said that I would knock her out back in 2019, it wasn't any different than what I've said to anyone who's challenged me in the past. You can go back and look at tape on me.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I like it, okay? I like it. I respect it. Yes, sir. Here we go.
That was not just talk for me. It's what I did.
Yeah.
TKO.
Okay.
KO. It didn't matter. I was going to stop you. It wasn't going to a decision. And if you didn't belong in there with me, I was going to get you out of there. Here she is on a recent podcast explaining how she's passing the torch and that she has created a blueprint for success, which she is now sharing with other female fighters.
Hold up.
I actually promote.
So this is the blueprint that she about to say. Hold up. Shout out to Eclipse. Eclipse said, hold on. Let me put this out. Eclipse said that's not where the beef started. When you go back and look at it, it started when Clarissa felt a way about Laila saying she didn't know what? She didn't know anyone who felt like a challenge. Eclipse. We talked about that earlier. That was that little piece that we showed you right here. This the piece right here. Hold up.
Because I think of my healthy lifestyle, the fact that I train all the time, I could pretty much do anything I wanted to. Well, I don't think there's anyone there for me right now that would actually give me a good challenge.
Yeah, right there. We just talked about that right there. All right. So let's listen to the blueprint. Shout out to Clarissa. Clarissa got the blueprint for all the women and maybe the guys too that want to box. Hey, you could do it. If I never tore my MCL and ACL and I was still doing sports, I would I would fuck around and box. I like boxing now. I've actually been hit with a gut shot by a boxer that actually made me defecate on myself, Ninja. No bullshit. And it's all good, E.
You need to leave.
Yeah, man, that's happened, bro. I mean, I box now, but I'm not no professional.
Talent
Here we go. 1 second.
I actually promote a woman fighter, and I'm giving her all the jewels and stuff that I know.
So this the blueprint, people. Everybody stop and listen. Here we go.
So she can get her big paydays too. It's a blueprint now on how you make $1 million, even if you don't have the gold medals. The biggest blueprint is build your brand.
Oh, she must have forgot years ago she recorded this and said that I gave her the piece of advice that she is now referring to as the most valuable piece of information that you need to be successful.
And that's what I was telling y'all. So when it comes to the shout out to the older generation, you feel me? One time for the OGs and the old OBs, the old boys and the old girls, Ninja. All right. Yeah, but what I keep telling y'all, bro, we came up, I'm in my mid to late 20s. We came up like in a generation where the internet was a thing, and to build yourself up, you had to build a brand. So the brand now, like I said, it's shock value culture. That's the time we living in. So ninjas is just doing shit to just do shit for the shock value. You see people beefing. I tell y'all all the time, bro, smoke mirrors truth. Take the black pill and see for yourself, right? Take the black pill and see for yourself. So look, a lot of times some of the beef y'all see is not real beef. Even some of the street beef turned to real beef because of the fans. Can you imagine? Do that make sense?
But what the hell?
Do that make sense? The beef don't even be real like that. Like they not really beefing for real. And I'm not saying in this instance, I'm just giving you an example. Follow me, guys. Follow me. So the beef don't even be real sometimes, but they got this whole thing now where you beef with somebody, they fans and your fans can collide and you're going to get more fans through the whole thing. So like I said, she built her brand per se. This is just my opinion. A lot of Clarissa Shields' brand now is her beefing with people. So now she beefing with Remy, she beefing with the rappers that she was beefing with Laila Ali. She said she got the 15 M's for the fight. And even then with the example with Remy, what are the odds now that she got with a ninja that rap, and on top of her getting with a ninja that rap, on top of that, she writing music now, she dropping music. Come on, bro. You feel me? So y'all just gotta peep game. It's just people have certain goals for themselves, and like me, like I said, even me, I got my own personal goals. I ain't realized like I'm always annoyed that I didn't wake up earlier, but now that I'm awake, y'all see me more on the net and all this kind of shit. I ain't realized at first, okay, this is how it works. But once you peep game, it's like, okay, so either you play the game by the rules and become part of the program, or else you're not gonna go where you want to go, because you can't. Like, it's almost impossible at this point to reinvent the wheel, right? Or reinvent a new type of wheel. All you got to do is kind of follow a certain kind of pattern that other people have done, and from there turn around and then start to build your own. But you got to play by the rules of the game, and that's today's day and age. The new game is like, okay, you got to beef with people. Here we go.
But supposedly I didn't support her and I didn't want to pass the torch.
Laila Ali told me to build my brand, a good brand, and a brand that I want to represent and stand for. And she said, have good people behind me who I trust.
So this whole idea that she started about me being jealous because of her accolades and her surpassing me, do you realize that for years, fans have believed that there's so many fighters that are better than me? I mean, they have more titles than me. Multi-million-dollar fights are happening. More money than I ever made. More money than she's making.
This is what I just said this to y'all, and I didn't see this video before. Shout out to E. E says she needs better PR though. This ain't it. And like I said, where she messed up was the whole thing with getting with Pap. Now, don't get me wrong. If that person, you love that person make you happy, okay, cool. But like I said, the role she taking, she trying to be like, and I'm a fly on the wall, you feel me? I'm on the outside looking in. She's trying to be like, cause in life you could be famous or you could be infamous. Are y'all hearing me? Am I preaching? Am I preaching? I hope that I'm preaching. In life, you could be famous or infamous. Now, take what I just said and extrapolate off of it. Look at all the prominent people. Every single prominent person that you see now, famous or infamous. Now, like I said, it's not a, oh, this is all the people, but I'm saying an overwhelmingly large majority. And we don't say all here on the Blac Pill. And the reason why on this podcast, we don't say all, because if you say all when you're speaking about a group of people or, you know, a certain entity, you know, people tend to think you're disingenuous in today's day and age. So you got to say some or the majority or the minority. You feel me? So yeah, the majority of the people you see now who are in the public light are either famous or infamous. Some people, right? And this is where you see the star. The true stars are both. They're both famous and infamous. So I mean, it's a whole thing. Shout out to Life of Pisces. Life of Pisces said, so the post Laila showed was someone I saw working for Clarissa. That's what you said? I mean, hey, what are the odds, ninja? But I mean, if you think about it, when you think about these industries, another thing with the entertainment industry, y'all gotta remember it's entertainment too. So unless you get put on, a lot of these things is in-house. So you gotta find a way to put yourself on. So even y'all seeing me do this show, I'm putting myself on. I just realized how to do it from a different way to where I don't gotta sell my soul and turn around and do whatever humiliation rituals and all that kind of shit. And who knows? And like I said, if I ever change, always remember that if I changed, I called it and I had to change to get to the big bag. Okay, don't blame your boy. Don't blame your boy. I'm sorry.
You need to leave.
I apologize ahead of time, so when I forget and I say the stupid shit that will potentially get me canceled, y'all sit there and remember me like, I remember when you was like this, and y'all keep that memory, and hopefully if I forget that memory, y'all still got that memory in y'all heart. Let's continue.
So I guess if I'm supposedly jealous of her, I must be hating on them too, right?
I actually promote a woman fighter and I'm giving her
All right,
all.
Nope, I actually celebrate other women's success. I have relationships with those women. We have mutual respect. It's all love.
Like I said, so y'all gotta remember, Clarissa chose infamy, and you know, Laila chose famous. So Laila chose to be famous, Clarissa chose to be infamous. It is what it is. Won't make the rules, but always remember, so when you see Clarissa don't got a bunch of pictures with all the girls. She wants all the girls against her, but she got pictures with all the boy fighters, and then she speaks highly of the boy fighters because she want to be infamous. Like I said, Laila got pictures with all the girl fighters because she want to be famous, or she didn't want to be famous, but I'm saying she did what she did. And like I said, it was a different time, people, different time. Social media was just popping off and all that kind of shit. Like it was there, but it wasn't really there. Like we ain't see the implications. It wasn't where it was at, where it's at now. Does that make sense? Here we go.
She's the only one who decided to make herself my opposition. You know what my father would say? She's a generic wannabe. My father would not want to share his name or image with her. She does not represent anything about him in the ring or outside of the ring.
Ooh, shots fired. Shots fired. Shots are fired. And yeah, I mean, people hold themselves to different standards of respect. That's another thing we have to remember too. So even when y'all see me do this, always remember I consider myself intellectual. I'm doing this now because I'm entertaining. So I gotta entertain. But here we go.
Now, many of us, including myself, had high hopes for her. I supported her. I sent her off in the right direction. But she has become a disappointment. She is a horrible representation of both the sport and our culture.
Ooh. And it's like I said, the problem is what you do. Like I said, me personally, I separate the entertainer from their craft. And the reason why is because if you go into their lives, and that's what happened with the idea of celebrity. Celebrity is dead now because now we can see everybody's lives and shit, and it's the only way to stay relevant. The problem becomes, it's like, bruh, like when you see what some of these people do, you may not like the kind of lifestyle they live in. So like I said, me personally, shout out to E. I think E said when she came out with her PR team kind of throwing her off. I think that's what they trying to do on purpose. But the mistake was when she went public with the whole Pap relationship before Pap got divorced with Remy Ma. Yeah, I said it. Shout out to Pap and shout out to everybody involved. Don't send the Goonies after me, Ninja, okay? Don't send the Goonies after me. Once that happened, I'm not going to say it's the downfall of her career, but everybody got a bad taste in their mouth because it's grown people. It's not only the youngins. It's not really youngins that watch boxing like that unless you're really trying to box or you like fighting sports. It's grown people. Grown people like to watch boxing and shit like that. And I'm saying grown like I'm saying mentally mature people. Mentally mature people understand the craft. It's like, I wouldn't say it's like chess. That's a bit extreme. But I'm saying like when you watch boxing, you got to actually like to fight. You gotta like understand how people move, how they bob and weave, understand all the different drills that they do. You just gotta understand it. Some people don't understand it like that. So like I said, it's grown people paying that real deal money to come see these people fight. And that's the whole issue now. So she kind of left a bad taste in everybody's mouth dealing with Remy's Remy's husband. At the same time, you feel me? At the same time, don't get me twisted. Don't get it twisted now. At the same time, Remy Ma was with another ninja. What's that ninja name? I forget that ninja name. The Block. What's the ninja name? The ninja that looked like, Remy got a type. She got a type. The ninja that looked like Pap. She was with that ninja too. But at the same time, for some odd reason, and that's why I ain't married yet, you turn around and do some shit. As a man, you can't have access to nobody, okay? You gotta sit there and sit in that in the mud, ninja, okay? I don't know why it's like that, but yeah, it's all good. I'm not here to change the rules. I'm just here observing, okay? Here we go.
Beneficial. Cause if they win against you, you don't need them bitches with you. Her man ain't got no balls, so you know we little.
Like I said, but in my eyes, the way I look at it, I guess she going after the bag. That's it. She trying to stack as much as possible while she still can. That's just how the game goes.
Not them fake who do it for the real women. Girls who think they just so pretty and just because they born light skinned that they just all that they can come.
And then I guess she posted this video saying colorism, prejudice or discrimination based on skin tone, even within the same race. Colorism is real, and I'm here to let y'all know. That's why you always see me say I'm riding with my dark skinned ninja. Shout out to my light skinned brothers too. Y'all know what it is, ninja. Come on, bro. We all black. But I always tell y'all, colorism most definitely plays a role subconsciously in a lot of people's minds because we've been taught white supremacy since we were younger. So we're all little white supremacists. We just don't know it. Let me not say it like that, but yeah, it's the truth, bro.
You need to leave.
It's the truth. I mean, it is what it is. So like I said, you see a light-skinned woman, and unless you really like black women or you're attracted to black women, if you see a light-skinned woman and a dark-skinned woman, you're going to be more interested in a lighter-skinned woman. I don't make the rules. Don't be mad at your boy. I don't make the rule. I just peep game.
You need to leave.
I just peep game. In a world full of lies, I'm giving you a bit of truth. Okay, hit the like button and answer the poll. Let's get it.
More people shit talking. I look better than you. I look better than you, so you can get off my shit. Light skin.
Now, do you believe I'm jealous of her? Nope, I actually celebrate.
All right, and she was gonna say, do you really believe I'm jealous of her accomplishments? Man, that was heavy, ninja. Jesus. That was heavy. Hey, bro, let us know what you think in the comment section. Shout out to everybody who watches on the playback. Y'all let us know what y'all think too, man. Shout out to you if you tuned in, man. If you tuned in, you are the resistance. You are the core. That's it for tonight's show, ninja. Yes, sir. We back in here tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. It's the dark days, ninja. Shout out to everybody tuning in. That's why we in here a little bit late. I can't wait till the time change. Time change November 2nd. It's gonna suck though, because the dark days might be over. I may do the dark days for the rest of the year though. I don't know yet. We'll see. But yeah, it's the best time of the year. It's actually the most. Sir, it's Black Adam. I'm back in here tomorrow. Deuces. Peace.